Hello, and welcome to Brand Clarity by Visions2images, where we focus on strategy and business development for entrepreneurs at all different levels through branding and digital marketing techniques. Susie Liberatore is the founder and art director of Visions2images Creative Services, LLC. For the last decade, she has personally been instrumental in bridging gaps between the global digital market and neighborhood locations for some of the biggest brands around. Growth is possible for even a single location with the right professional branding techniques and Susie's signature strategies of Visions2images. Stand out from your competitors and bring your visions to life while watching your sales skyrocket. Your host for this is Susie Liberatore, owner of Visions2images.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Brand Clarity podcast, where we talk about franchise marketing and all types of different marketing for any business, really and truthfully. So today I wanted to talk about organic advertising versus paid advertising. And this is a hot topic. And a lot of times what happens is people don't understand the difference or understand how to grow their business, right? Oh, I'm posting on social media. I'm doing all of these things. That's great. I always recommend posting on social media and doing all of the marketing techniques. But in order to really get that business and that generation going, we have to do paid advertising. There's just no way around it, right? So I'm going to talk about the difference between these things, what this means, and how to move forward. So you will get so much information that I hope you can take away today just to start to implement and really start to understand. So organic marketing, let's talk about what this kind of means before we really dive into specifics. So it's unpaid social media posts, right? So it's basically any post that you do on social media that you're not doing paid stuff for. So it can be on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Pinterest, TikTok, LinkedIn, any type of organic traffic, right? There's other forms as well of how you can do organic posts that can help. Blog posts, email newsletters, SEO, PR and lead generation, and then YouTube, et cetera, right? So there's all of these different components of what organic traffic is and how to get it. So let's talk more in depth. Paid advertising is obviously when you pay for ads. It seems simple enough, but there's so much more. So there's tons of ways that you can pay for ads, right? So there's paid social ads, sponsored ads, display ads, video ads, YouTube ads. But what happens with these ads is you can really fine tune your audience and who you want to reach. Now, Facebook has been going through some stuff that they make advertising slightly different and harder than it used to be. However, it's still efficient. I've been able to really dive in and get results from my clients through paid advertising. So it's been incredible to see these changes and these shifts. So the first and foremost thing that you need to understand is you need to understand your audience. I don't care what business you have to understand your audience. If you don't understand your audience, organic and paid are not going to work for you. That's just the nature of the game. You have to really understand who, what, where, when, how, why. Where are they shopping? What are they doing? What are their features? All of these different components, right? Like it's not just, a single mom in their 30s. It's beyond that. What are they doing? How much are they spending? All of these things really can help with organic and paid. For example, you should know your habits of what people are doing in your audience. So how do you get it? How do they discover your business? Where are they coming from? Are they coming from social media? Are they coming from your website? Are they coming from Google My Business? Where are they coming from? And how can you show up in the best way organically and paid advertising? And this is kind of what we do in the initial conversations is we discover, okay, who is your audience? How can we build this? It's like a consultation where we go through all of these steps of who the audience is, right? Especially with franchises. Sometimes people come, I want to sell more franchises. Okay, great. Who do you want to sell more franchises to? Where do they live? What's their education? What's their background? How much does a franchise cost to buy into? All of these components and more matter. It doesn't matter what business you have. You really have to understand that. And people, I think, bypass this a little bit too much in a sense where they say, oh, it's just so-and-so and they do this and they do that. No, we have to dive in deeper if we want to be efficient in all of our marketing tools. So the other thing is you want to be able to create content. Of course, we're creating content all day, every day. We feel like we're doing it constantly. We feel like we're showing up. if you want to focus on organic traffic for your blog, okay, that's great. Let's do keyword research, competitor analysis. Let's build keywords. Let's build hashtags. What do we want them to do on their call to action? What categories? How can we use this blog post to target more people, right? So you'll have to do that research, and you'll have to know what platforms to even post on beyond your website. And or do you want to do paid Google ads, right? So there's all of these different components as to, okay, well, you can't just post a blog post. We cannot just post it and say, oh, they're going to come to us. We have to do so much more, whether it's organic or paid. There's just no way around it. So you will want to optimize your content. So SEO is critical and important. And this is a huge thing that people are always talking about. I feel like I'm doing SEO and I'm not getting results. There's so much to SEO that it's not just a one and done. You have to build, and you have to constantly keep building and building and building and building. And the fun thing about SEO is, even if you're posting on just Facebook, making sure you're posting the right content, because it is used in a way on Google.
Hey there, I want to interrupt this episode with a quick message. If you're listening to this podcast episode and want to learn about branding your franchise or small business, then go to brandingbridge.com. That's branding-bridge.com.
If you search a business, you're going to find their Facebook page, their website page, all their social platforms, typically, if they're doing good marketing. And so that's why it's always important to use the keywords over and over and over again on all platforms. But also, more importantly, you might want to have optimization for your blog posts, your video posts, social media posts, right? Each social platform is different, obviously. And some things are going to be totally different than one another. So YouTube is a great example. I just got done actually with consulting on somebody on their YouTube channel of how to really optimize it and get keywords included, right? For example, we can't post a customer testimonial by so-and-so in the description. Okay, great. What does that mean? Who is this for? What is the outcome? What is this video about? What are keywords that people would be searching for? All of these factors come into play over and over and over again. Even the title matters more so on YouTube than anywhere else, right? And I always say you want to have your image even have keywords on it, because it's a factor that goes into Google. So there's all of these different components to what matter. And we have to make sure, if there's a competitor, okay, what are they posting? What are the keywords they are using? Right? So really optimizing it and doing that research is huge and critical for any company, period. I don't care what company you have. So those are just some great tools of how organic and paid can work together for you. Once you get the video completed and you have all the keywords, start to do paid ads on Google. It's mind-blowing what can happen. And then you got to, again, go back to keywords for your Google ads. Who do you want to target? What are the keywords? What are they searching for? It's just a process over and over again. That is why people hire marketing agencies for this reason. You need an expert, period, to do these things. Sometimes you might be able to do it and get away with it, but if it's an ongoing thing, like all this stuff is ongoing, and we have to always adapt and change, right? What worked 2 months ago might not work now. The keywords might have changed based on competitors. Who knows, right? There's always so much that has to be done in marketing. And that's why having an agency to come in and really help discover these things and always change and adapt these things for you is so important. The other thing is, when it comes to paid advertising, we always have to set a budget, how much we want to spend. And we also want to know what is the goal. That is the biggest thing of paid advertising. Whereas organic advertising, we might just say, click to learn more, schedule a call here, et cetera, et cetera. But the goal for paid advertising is slightly different. It still might be the same, but we really want to define what would your audience want to do. Let me give you an example. I work with an e-commerce shop, but they also have a shop in their location in Pennsylvania, and they want to bring customers in. So we are always saying, call now, because for that shop, we want them to call. We don't want them to go to the website, right? We want them to call to book an appointment for their systems and for their help and support. And so that's a huge component of why we do organic, where it's okay, you can go to the website, or you can call now or direct message us. But when we do paid advertising, it is so specific and we want them to call us that we have to focus on that call to action and that goal. And when we do that, we really niche down into the people in the surrounding areas, right? So we want to make sure that it's that area that we're targeting only, and not the whole United States, not everybody. That would be through the website, etc. So there's a lot of different ways that these things matter. And I feel like that's why people say, oh, my social media paid advertising doesn't work, or this or that. People overcomplicate it too much. And really and truthfully, when it's easy enough to kind of just do it once you have that experience to be able to go in and adjust and adapt. I don't do the same ads all the time. I change ads, I change audiences, I change things constantly for people. Even in organic posts, we want to make sure that we're not posting the same thing all the time, right? We want to make sure that we're changing words and adapting to it just because of the fact that it is a part of SEO and they can show up more on Google. And like I said before, organic and paid advertising work incredibly well together, because once paid advertising starts to show up and people start to see you more, organic posts start to populate and work as well. Paid advertising and organic marketing work together in a sense of when you go into paid advertising, people start to see it more. They're going to show up more in the newsfeed. And then once they like it, comment, etc., it's going to start to populate into your organic traffic. And you can even get new likes, new followers, etc. We don't always need to do, get more likes, get more people to comment, get more people to post. All of that's great. But at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we're able to convert as many people as we can. And that's why paid advertising really can truly help if you do it correctly. I hope you were able to take away a lot of great information today about what you can do for your organic advertising and your paid advertising, because there's so many ways for these two to work together and separate. But I always recommend with my clients all the time, let's do organic advertising. Let's get brand consistency for 1 to 2 months. And then after that, we go into paid advertising, because once you have that traffic and then awareness going, the paid advertising does so much more work for you.
Thank you, everybody, for listening in on today's Brand Clarity episode with Susie Liberatore. 2 things. First and foremost, please, if you liked this episode, please subscribe and leave some positive reviews. Also, don't forget to sign up for Stop Sending Your Customers to the Competition and get my insider secrets to compelling branding that converts. You can find that at branding-bridge.com. It's a free workbook for you to check out right now, all of the branding techniques and strategies that I use for my paying clients.